Henrielle Baltazar Pagkaliwangan. I'm a visual artist based in Cavite. And my work is titled On This Site Will Rise, which was part of a group exhibition titled Fathom, the Monumental in Art series, curated by Leo Abaya and held at Orange Project Class 2019. In this group exhibition, the artists were each invited to create a large-scale work, and we also aimed to tackle and interpret the concept of monumentality beyond the physical size. My personal experience with monumentality involves landscapes I am most familiar with since I was young. Mounds of sand, gravel, and cement found in our front yard. My parents run a construction supply business, and me and my siblings used to play around these mounds, which as a child, when everything seemed larger, to me they looked like mountains and volcanoes. On This Site Will Rise is a 4x12 foot illustration on paper of piles of sand, cement, and gravel. Reference from a composite of photographs of our hardware stockpile and photos taken by my father during site visits. The images were composed to look like a mountain range. The work is rendered in pen and ink and watercolor, which have been my go-to media in my art practice. Drawing with pens for me is my way of getting visual information onto a page or paper and of emphasizing my engagement with the subject matter as I document it. In a way, this method of mark making feels close to writing down and recording and presenting drawing as a kind of language, a personal language in the realm of the visual. Making a work of this scale was particularly challenging for me as I was using pens to render the minute details. Due to the limited working space, the paper was fastened as a scroll onto an easel, and I could only work in sections. I was not able to see the whole work until I was finished inking everything, but this slow, painstaking, kind of meditative process also gave me time to reflect on my subject matter. While working on this piece, I realized that it's more than just about the piles of sand looking like mountains to me as a kid. I realized that this ever-changing terrain, if I may call it that, these materials that are constantly shipped in and out of our yard eventually become roads, houses, classrooms, and buildings. These components, these aggregates that we use to make concrete, are what we use to claim, delineate, and define physical space, and are actually staples to a growing community. Recollecting and remembering my childhood also made me more aware of the present, and recording and documenting by drawing helped me reflect and understand myself, not only personally but also as part of the society I belong to. As I grew up, I realized that while the culture of building and expanding communities is usually perceived as an indicator of progress, there are also consequences of shifting of spaces around us, the replacing and changing of landscapes that we used to know and love.